all of these, right? Whether it's the 124. 124 happened to me, right? I hadn't thought, I always wanted one, but it just landed up in my lap practically. So the 124, I didn't have a list of things that I wanted to do other than say that I want to drive from Pune to Goa in the 124. That's something that I want to do. And now thanks to Mukul at Autolog, he's already done a lot of the work on the car just because it was with him. So he's readied it. Then Perseus is looking at getting parts and all of that for the car. So that's mechanically fine. So that's happening. But for the Busa, which was a long time coming and I knew I wanted to do it, I had a list of things to do.
Yeah.
And one of which was to ride down to the track, to take part in a track day, do a long distance trip, do a track day. And the third was to go to Osef with Sirhan.
Right.
That was the thing. So I had a list of things to do with it attached.
Correct.
Not just the machine itself saying that
Correct.
I just want the Busa.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So that, if you, and I think this we spoke about in the previous one before that about abstaining. Because I had abstained, I knew what I wanted to do with it rather than just possess it.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah.
No, I'm a little bit afraid of the idea of abstinence. Okay? I think that's because I've seen, that my life's curve is a very different curve from most people's curves. And that curve says, I don't know when this damn thing ends. So I would like to get this stuff done before.
Fair enough.
Right? So not that I would have regrets, but I am very clear that there is a clock ticking. Right? Santosh was saying, I have to go to Ladakh this year. Will you come with me? It was a very casual conversation. And then it suddenly seemed like it was very important to Santosh to go to Ladakh this year.
Okay.
And I was like, what's the rush? So Santosh is like, you can't go to Ladakh all year. It's only the season when you can go. I said, yeah. We are 50-year-olds. I said, yeah. So you have, 10 seasons left? If you're lucky? 12?
Shit.
I said, yeah. So he says, so basically if I don't go this year, then I will have 11 seasons left.
Okay, I'm getting goosebumps. Stop.
Yeah, but no, it's not a dark thing. I think it's a very powerful.
I know.
It's a powerful thing to remember that it is going to run out. And for example, I would like to go around the world. Increasingly, it's not clear to me what I would like to ride around the world. And increasingly, it's not important what I will ride around the world. Would I like it to be something I own rather than something I borrow? Yeah. Yes, that is important to me. I would like to do it on my own steam. I would like to do it without having to beg 1,000 people for sponsorships. I would like to be able to do it where the social media and content creation is not core to my travels. I would like to do it at my pace. That's the dream. And these components, if you think about it, are all how I would do it. And the specifics aren't important. Is it important if I go left from India or right from India on the map? No, it's not. Is it important that it's a ADV or a dirt bike, Japanese, non-Jap? No. Is it important who's coming with me? No. Is it important people know?
I think that's important. You want nobody with you.
Is it important that people find out what I am up to on those trips? It's not.
He's giving me a deadpan, okay, but it's true.
No. See, the way I ride today, I am hard to ride with. That I have accepted. So if there is somebody who's on the same wavelength, why would I say no? But can I find somebody on my wavelength is very difficult.
Yes, that part as well. Because what people will portray, because they have committed to a certain kind of investment, is to portray it in a way that inculcates envy in other people.
It's not important.
But that's what also is they are selling a different dream, which is not the reality.
No, and remember,
don't fall for that. Yeah. Don't fall for that. That's just all I'm saying. You will be happy doing good stuff, not having great stuff. Great stuff comes later, as long as you are sure, not even sure, as long as you have a plan of how to use that great stuff to make your life greater.
Yeah, because if you were to turn 85 years old as a grandfather and the story that you're telling your children is I had this car, I had this car, I had this car, I had that bike, I had that bike, I had that bike, the child will be asleep, which can be very effective to quiet a turbulent child, but doesn't inform them of anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And remember that my dream of saying I want to go around the world, etc., is based on the idea that I have actually traveled this country a fair bit first. It's not like I don't leave my house. I'm scared of India. And then one day I want to go around the world. No, first I explored my own country. First I explored my own country. I did all of that stuff. I put the miles. And I thoroughly enjoyed my country. And there's so many parts of my country that I'd like to enjoy too, which are realistic dreams. So they don't have to be put in a place of big dream, lots of work. Right? Let's say that I haven't seen enough of, let's say, Mizoram or Meghalaya. That's not a big deal. It's a matter of a little bit of logistics, a little bit of planning, and it can happen. I know you guys will help me if I were to say, hey, I'm coming. Where do I go? You guys will give me recommendations of where to go. So I think what you're saying is, I think aspiration is important. But I think waiting for a certain acquisition to start the process of doing stuff with your life is a bad way to approach this. I think you should need to start doing stuff.
And my big message in this is, I mean, what I have found for myself is, don't let your ego lead you. Don't let your ego lead you.
No,
on this.
or I would put it the other way. I say, make your ego so big that you can't notice anybody else.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I am hugely egotistic. But I am so egotistic, I couldn't be bothered with what you're thinking in most cases. So I can't have envy. I am not capable of envy. I don't care.
Okay, fine, man.
You know how I said I'm so self-absorbed in the last...
That makes sense. Fine.
You remember what I said? I was self-absorbed. I'm so self-absorbed. I couldn't think malice of you. I mean, I'm not malicious because I can't be bothered.
Oh God.
It's not like the brain capacity for doing malicious stuff doesn't exist. It's...
तू मेरे से अच्छा हो ही नहीं सकता यार. तू क्या बात कर रहा है?
नहीं, अच्छा is still a value assessment. I am saying तू कौन है? Why do I need to assess whether you're good, bad or ugly?
Oh my God.
If I can help you and it doesn't affect me, I'll help you. Outside of that, why are we competing? What for? That's why I can't race. If you're better than me, I'd like to learn from you. But what did that achieve? I can do that without racing with you. I can just ask you what you did well, right?
Okay.
So I'm saying the idea that don't let your ego lead you is, I think, a weaker idea than the idea of saying be so egotistic. Be so...
We'll continue to differ on this approach, but choose as you will.
Be so involved with, I want to do my life better for me. That the fact that other people will perceive it a certain way, etc., is not important.
So we're both going to the same point, but just from different sides of the globe.
Yeah, but remember, I'll always be the extremist, right?
ठीक है. If you enjoyed this bit of the conversation, I would recommend heading over to the MotorInc channel, because that's where you'll find the entire conversation, and I'm sure you'll enjoy that even more.